Welcome back everybody to another tutorial video where today I will be showing you how to remove the muffle off the IBEX Furnace. That was my phone. In this demonstration I'll be using a pressing furnace, so if you have a porcelain furnace please skip to this now. Some tools you will need include some pliers, a 3mm Allen wrench, as well as a 1/4 inch nut driver. Once the covers have been removed, turn the oven around so you have access to the pressing fan on the back of the furnace. Take your Allen wrench and a pair of pliers and untighten the bolt holding the fan onto the plate. Like so. Once you have untightened the bolt, remove it and set it to the side. Disconnect the two press sensors from the fan and lay the fan over the back of the furnace, as shown in this example. Next, I want you to take your 1/4 inch nut driver and untighten the heating element power cables. These are the white and black wires connected right here. Once you have removed the hardware from the cables, go ahead and set that aside, as well as take the cables and move them out of your way. Next is to disconnect the two blue air hoses connected to the pneumatic cylinder. Simply push inwards on the blue tab and pull the hose outwards. Once both hoses are pulled out, you may stick them into the slots on the side of the furnace to keep them out of your way. Afterwards, the last cable you will be undoing is the thermocouple. Simply pull outwards and twist around the middle. Lastly, take your Allen wrench and go ahead and untighten the remaining 7 bolts on your muffle plate. If your muffle plate is silver or gray, please do be careful, for the edges of the plate are very sharp and you might cut yourself. Once the remaining hardware has been loosened, go ahead and remove it and set it to the side, and make sure there are no other cables connected to the muffle plate. Once you have made sure there's nothing else, you can go ahead and stick one hand on the plate and the other on the furnace and lift the muffle out of the chamber. At this time, if you're looking to replace the muffle on the furnace, I will put a link in the description to that video. If not, please continue watching for a demonstration on how to remount the muffle onto the furnace. When remounting the muffle, if you have a pressing muffle, hold the pressing cylinder and set the muffle back inside the chamber. If you have a porcelain muffle, hold both sides of the plate and set it inside as well. Once you have the muffle set inside, please align the holes on the muffle plate with the holes in the chamber, so that when you go back to tighten the bolts in, it all lines up. To make sure your muffle is in the correct position, please find the power connectors, which I am pointing to at this moment, are pointed towards the back right corner of your furnace. This is so all subsequent cables are connected in the right position later on. Next, take one of the bolts with the attached flat washer and lock washer and set it in the insert of the pressing fan. Once done, align the bolt with the hole in the muffle plate. This helps align the pressing fan and put it into the correct position. Once that's done, you can finger tighten the bolt down to lock the fan in place. Now take your Allen wrench as well as the pair of pliers and tighten that bolt down. You want to make sure it's snug and tight so that you're not getting any vacuum leak later on when you're using your furnace. Next, put the remaining 7 bolts into your furnace, tightening every 4th bolt so that you have an even seal around the furnace. Lastly, you can now reconnect all of your cables the exact same way you took them out. Alright, if you have any further questions, I will leave our contact information in the description. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to be notified of when we post more videos. And thank you very much for watching. Adios!